Let's be real, Alexander Bublik isn't your average tennis player. In a sport obsessed with discipline, consistency, and humility, Bublik is, well, none of that. He's unpredictable, theatrical, brutally honest, and unapologetically himself. And that's exactly what's made him such a polarizing figure in modern tennis. Bublik turned pro in 2016 after switching national allegiance from Russia to Kazakhstan. Most players chase ranking points, refine their technique, and keep media answers safe and boring. But Bublik, he once famously said, "I hate tennis with all my heart, and that the only reason I play is for the money." That quote alone tells you everything you need to know about his approach. He's the kind of guy who'll serve underhand on match point, hit tweeners just because he feels like it, and troll his opponents mid-rally with trick shots. Tennis purists hate it. Casual fans, they can't get enough. And that duality has shaped his image as both a rebel and a genius. At first glance, you might think he's not taking things seriously, but when you look closer, there's undeniable talent. Bublik has one of the best serves on tour. Some call it top 5 when he's in rhythm. He's defeated top players like Zverev, Ruud, Rublev, and even dethroned rising stars on big stages. This isn't some flashy YouTube talent. This is a real threat. But the question that always lingers is, how far can a player like Bublik go when he doesn't even seem to love the game? Yeah, let's talk about how he plays. Because if you've ever watched a Bublik match, you already know it's like flipping a coin. You might get Federer-esque finesse, or you might get chaos. His serve is his biggest weapon. He averages over 10 aces a match and can hit 140 miles per hour with ridiculous accuracy. Combine that with an unpredictable return game, soft hands at the net, and the willingness to hit drop shots from the baseline, and you've got a player who breaks every conventional rule. Analysts have tried to decode his playing style, but that's exactly the problem. You can't. Bublik thrives in the gray zone. 1 minute he's blasting forehands down the line, the next he's laughing at his own errors. His matches have a circus-like unpredictability that's both frustrating and wildly entertaining. He's also one of the rare players who openly trolls opponents with drop shots, fake overheads, and even unexpected serves off one leg. It sounds like a parody, but somehow it works. Still, this kind of unpredictability comes with a cost. He often loses focus mid-match, tank sets, or lets go of leads because he's not interested in grinding. Fans call it Bublik being Bublik. Critics call it wasted talent. So, is it brilliance or recklessness, or maybe it's both? Here's where things get spicy. Bublik has never been one to stay out of trouble. From openly mocking the ATP Tour to controversial interviews about mental health and match pressure, he's been under fire more than once. In 2023, he was fined for smashing multiple rackets in frustration during a match. He shrugged it off in the post-match presser, saying, "At least I got a viral video out of it." Then there's his comments about other players. He's been accused of being disrespectful toward opponents, officials, and even fans. In one press conference, he called tennis fans robots and said, "I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to make money." That obviously didn't sit well with traditionalists who see tennis as a gentleman's sport. But ironically, those same controversial moments have helped grow his fan base, especially online, where Gen Z and meme culture thrive on personalities like Bublik. There was also backlash when he commented on players using mental health breaks, implying that some were faking it. That triggered debates around what's real, what's performative, and how much honesty is too much honesty. Through all this, Bublik never plays the victim. He owns every word, every action, every meltdown. It's rare in a PR-controlled era, and maybe that's why his brand is growing faster than most. But will controversy eventually burn him out, or does it only make him stronger? Now, this is where it gets interesting. The tennis world is divided when it comes to Alexander Bublik. Some fans see him as a much-needed breath of fresh air in a sport that can sometimes feel sterile. They love the unpredictability, the circus shots, the unfiltered press conferences. In a time where players are overly media trained, Bublik gives raw, unscripted energy. He's one of the few players that fans tune in for, win or lose, but others see him as a distraction. A player who squanders opportunities, disrespects the game, and mocks the hard work of those who grind it out with passion. There are entire Reddit threads and Twitter debates questioning if Bublik even deserves his ranking. Some argue that he's a genius stuck in a clown costume. Others think he's a clown pretending to be a genius. But what's undeniable is this: Bublik starts conversation. He gets people talking, debating, and watching. And that alone makes him a marketing goldmine in a sport where most players fade into anonymity. Take Nick Kyrgios, for example. He was hated before he was loved. Could Bublik be on a similar path, or is he just a flash in the pan? Let's not forget, Bublik is still just 27. In tennis terms, that's prime time. And in recent seasons, there have been signs, small but significant, that he's starting to care a little more. He won his second ATP title in 2023 and made deeper runs in ATP 500s and Masters events. He's taken down top 10 players in back-to-back matches and showed real fight in 5-setters where he used to mentally check out. Even his interviews have shifted slightly. While he still says outrageous things, he's also admitted he's trying to become more professional. He still plays for the money, sure, but there's a new layer: legacy. He's spoken about wanting to prove people wrong, to show he's not just a trick shot artist. There's now a visible hunger, not every match, but in enough moments to raise eyebrows, and the numbers back it up. His serve percentage has improved, his double faults have dropped, and his win rate on hard courts has seen a noticeable spike. Tennis TV highlights now focus more on his wins than just his circus shots. Could this be the beginning of a serious run, or is Bublik just riding a hot streak? Alright, let me be honest here. I think Bublik is one of the most fascinating players of this era. Not because he wins everything, but because he makes us ask uncomfortable questions. What should a tennis player be? Focused, disciplined, boring? Or is there room for chaos, creativity, and personality? I don't know if Bublik will ever win a slam, but I do think he's already changed tennis in small but permanent ways. He's exposed how rigid the system is. He's made casual fans tune in, and he's shown that even without being a top 5 player, you can become a fan favorite just by being real. That said, I still get frustrated watching him tank sets or laugh off losses. I want him to care more, try more, win more. Because if he ever puts it all together, he could genuinely be top 10. Easily, but maybe that's not the story we'll get. Maybe Bublik's story is one of what ifs, and maybe that's okay too. So here's the big question for you. Is Alexander Bublik, the rebel tennis, needed? Or is he just a wasted opportunity in a sport desperate for new stars? Is he genius or gimmick? Future top 10 or career mid-carder? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We know you've got opinions on this one. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more real talk on tennis's biggest names and craziest moments.